Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
We begin with breaking news this evening. The Moorhead Police Department is searching for a man involved in a stabbing at the Moorhead Public Library. Officials say it happened just before 4 this afternoon when police got a report of a man stabbed in the hand at the library. Officers say the two men apparently know each other and were fighting over a bike. The man stabbed in the hand was treated on scene for his injuries. Police say the suspect took off on foot toward Fargo. Police do not believe there's a threat to the public. Officials are still investigating the death of a man in rural Argusville, North Dakota. He was found deceased in his truck late this morning. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter, Bailey Hurley, was the only one on scene today and tells us how technology helped find the man.
Although there wasn't an official missing persons report, Cass County Sheriff Jesse Johnner says the man found dead in his pickup late this morning had been missing for a few days.
The friend was able to coordinate with OnStar to try to locate his vehicle, and in doing that, came to this location where he discovered the victim.
It's still unclear just how the friend got the man's location from OnStar, as when we spoke with OnStar officials today, they say while they always help as best they can in missing persons or welfare check cases, they only provide location information to law enforcement. Johnner says the man's cause of death is still unknown, but says he doesn't believe anyone in the area is in danger.
We have investigators currently on scene along with the Cass County Coroner's Office as we process through the scene to make sure that we're thorough in finding out what happened here.
Johnner also says the identity of the man won't be released until his next of kin is notified. In Argusville, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Sheriff Johnner says the body will be sent to the medical examiner in Grand Forks for an autopsy. The father of a Devil's Lake man who was killed by an officer last year is going door to door collecting signatures for a petition to recall the Ramsey County State's Attorney. The man says he's upset the state's attorney decided not to prosecute the officer. He has collected 30 signatures so far and says he needs 1,300. We'll have his story tonight on Valley News Live at 6. Our morning commute was slippery with that shot of snow we got overnight. Sounds like we might be in the same situation tomorrow morning. Here's Hutch with tonight's forecast in your No Wait weather. Hutch?
Thanks so much, Andrea. And don't be fooled. There are still some slippery spots on area roads as we head into the evening hours. And in fact, someone just slid into the ditch here on the on-ramp to I-94. That's the eastbound on-ramp from University. So be careful. It is slippery. We do have a break in our weather, but out to the west, look at this. It seems like, well, Andrew, I don't know if you ordered this or not, but more snow each and every day. More shovel trouble on the way for some of us overnight. Temperatures in the upper single digits and lower teens across the valley now as we start cooling off. Temperatures will be fairly steady, though, in Fargo, maybe even climbing another degree or two with an east wind only 5 miles per hour. Fairly pleasant compared to our recent temperatures of late, which have been well below zero. And in Grand Forks, temperatures will continue to climb to near zero as well as we head through the overnight. Now, by morning, more snow will be pushing its way into the valley. It will impact your morning commute, and it will continue to snow for many of us into Friday afternoon. I'll have details on where the snow is going to be the deepest and how much, Andrea, you'll have to shovel out of your backyard here in just a little bit.
Yeah, you should know me by now. I never order snow.
You didn't order the snow.
Never order snow.
I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, thank you
bet.
for that. Snow and cold temps are making for very slick roads around the region, as Hutch mentioned. Take a look at this. A semi jackknifed on I-94 near Sauk Center, Minnesota. It's not known if the driver had any major injuries. The Minnesota State Patrol says it responded to 6 crashes and 6 more slide-offs in the metro. They remind you to turn off your cruise control and fasten your seatbelt. A new judge has been appointed in a murder case out of Mandan where 4 people were killed. Officials say Chad Isaac filed documents requesting a new judge. Isaac's jury trial date is set for November 30th in Morton County. He pleaded not guilty earlier this year to 4 counts of murder, burglary, concealment within a vehicle, and unauthorized use of a car. He's accused in the April 1st shooting and stabbing deaths at RJR Maintenance and Management. The Barnes County Sheriff's Department wants the public to know about a sex offender now living in Valley City. 50-year-old Juan Perez is now living at 455 Winter Show Road, Unit 104 in Valley City. He works in Laverne, North Dakota. He was convicted of enticing by electronic communication in Nebraska. Perez does not have an assigned risk level. Parents of Liberty Middle School students in West Fargo are breathing a sigh of relief after officials determined a threat of school violence was not credible. Yesterday afternoon, the school leaders at Liberty were informed of the threat of school violence written in a bathroom. The administration immediately started to look into who left the message and when. They determined it was not credible and that there is no danger to the students, staff, or campus. Today, the House Judiciary Committee wraps up 2 days of debate on articles of impeachment against President Trump. A vote from the Democrat-controlled committee moves the process ahead to a full House vote. That's expected next week. Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
Today, the House Judiciary Committee making its last stand.
I would like, for the sake of history,
Republicans and Democrats in a fiery face-off before a vote to move impeachment to the full House floor.
The President of the United States shook down a foreign power to come and get involved in our election. That's wrong.
This is a completely unprecedented single-party impeachment charade, and everybody at home can see that clearly.
The committee capping a 2-day marathon debate over the articles of impeachment, charging President Trump with abusing his power by pressuring Ukraine to investigate his political rivals while withholding military aid, and obstructing Congress by defying subpoenas and blocking witnesses. Republicans calling the case weak.
We're even hearing today, like we just did, oh yes, there were crimes. Well, then why aren't they in this impeachment document? Because they don't exist.
As wildly as they're trying to convince you that there was no wrongdoing, I want the American public to understand what is going on here. It's clear as day.
President Trump clearly paying attention, tweeting more than 100 times throughout what he called a phony hearing. Republicans defending the president, trying to delete the abuse of power charge altogether.
Article 1 in this resolution ignores the truth, it ignores the facts.
And shift the focus to the Bidens.
Hunter Biden and Burisma, well, that's an interesting story.
Republicans trying to detour the debate, though they don't have the votes to stop the drive toward impeachment.
Officials say the Senate is already looking ahead to a trial in January with Republicans in charge. They are strategizing over whether to bring in witnesses or make it a quick trial. President Trump says he supports paid family leave and expanded child care benefits for all American workers, but acknowledges that it could take a long time. The president spoke during a White House summit on child care and paid leave and said that despite the legislative challenges, he's committed to getting it done. His comments come a day after the House passed a defense funding bill with a clause guaranteeing that all federal workers will get 12 weeks paid parental leave, which is a first.
This week, my administration reached a historic deal with Congress. The federal government will now give 12 weeks of paid family leave to all federal employees, something that nobody expected.
The president did not mention the House Judiciary Committee's impeachment debate that was simultaneously taking place. Federal regulators are setting up a new 3-digit number to reach a suicide prevention hotline, making it easier to get help and cut down on mental health emergencies. Once it's up and running, people will simply need to dial 9888 to seek help. It would be similar to calling 911 for emergencies or 311 for city services. Currently, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline uses a 10-digit number, 1-800-273-TALK. Callers are routed to one of 163 crisis centers, where counselors answered 2.2 million calls last year. Officials say 988 will not be available by text. The Better Business Bureau wants you to know about holiday gift scams involving social media. BBB officials say these gift exchanges are widely shared on Facebook, but are actually illegal pyramid schemes. They say if someone promises a bounty of gifts or cash by mail, email, or social media, you should ignore it and keep in mind that pyramid schemes are international. Also, if you receive an invitation to join a pyramid scheme on social media, report it. Never give your personal information to strangers and be wary of false claims. Some pyramid schemes try to win your confidence by claiming they're legal and endorsed by the government. And this reminder, the Bison football team will be at home this weekend competing against the Illinois State Redbirds. The game starts at 11 live from the Fargo Dome, and you can watch it on ESPN. Also, don't forget to tune in to the Farmers Union Insurance Bison football pregame show at 10 a.m. on KVLY. And then at 10:30 Sunday morning, you can catch the Coaches Show with Matt Entz on KX4.